death do you fear the most? Many people, when asked such a question, choose to respond with death by drowning, especially in deep waters, and with good reason. With hundreds of thousands of drowning-related fatalities happening each year, it is definitely one of the most unpleasant and claustrophobic ways to go. But for divers, this fear is something they are willing to face headfirst into some of the most awe-inspiring locations in the ocean, and one of the most infamous locations is the Blue Hole, located on the southeast Sinayan Peninsula, an ancient cave system sinkhole that has a maximum depth of up to 100 meters, or around 328 feet, with an abundance of coral and reef life surrounding the giant gaping chasm. It has been a go-to spot for freedivers due to its calm currents, along with easy accessibility to the opening. This has garnered a lot of recreational divers to see the reef and sinkhole for themselves, and with proper equipment and supervision, there isn't much to worry about with any dive under 20 meters. However, to those who are willing to take the risk of diving further down to see notable structures in the Blue Hole, such as an arc that is located 55 meters down, are met with a subtle warning to the dangers that lie ahead, with scatterings of memorials by friends and family around the diving site, dedicated to those who never made it out of their descent into the great sinkhole. Out of the many deaths that occurred during the years of divers flocking to this site, by far the most famous is the death of Yuri Lipski, especially on the internet, due to Yuri's recording on his full descent into the hole and unfortunate demise, all being caught on footage and available to the public. On April 28, 2000, Yuri Lipski decided to dive at the popular location, but this time, bringing along a camera to record his descent into the Blue Hole. The beginning of the 17-minute video has not much going on, with all procedures and preparations kept, since Yuri was an experienced diving instructor. Yuri had 12 liters of compressed air for his dive, and descended with fellow divers to see the Blue Hole's arc for themselves. Then suddenly, without warning, Yuri begins to descend uncontrollably, and unfortunately sealing his fate. Nothing has been 100% confirmed as to why this occurred, but even at the start of Yuri's descent, he would have been subjugated to nitrogen narcosis, as the pressures he would have been subjugated to would cause the gas he was inhaling to be pressurized, to the point of causing excess gases to seep into his bloodstream to intoxicating levels, leading to impaired judgment or even hallucinations, causing him to not properly understand his dangerous descension rate, as he sank with no hope of return. In less than a minute, Yuri sinks all the way to the floor of one section of the sinkhole and constantly checks his diving computer, showing he was around 90 meters. Strangely though, Yuri is not panicking or in distress. His breathing the only sound heard. At this point, oxygen toxicity is so great due to the immense pressures surrounding him at that depth. With each breath he takes, it causes him to become even more cognitively impaired. He then begins to panic after hitting the sea floor and appears to have a seizure, kicking up sand, then finally removing his regulator and oxygen mask, and chokes on the immense pressure of the dark, murky seawater surrounding him. He continues to struggle and convulses one last time, and finally comes to a complete stop. The footage would later cut out abruptly. Yuri was not seen for a couple days, and those on the surface correctly assumed that the blue hole had taken another victim. At the request of Yuri's mother, world-renowned deep diver Tariq Omar was tasked to recover the body of Yuri after they realized that he never returned after his latest diving descent. Tariq was distraught at the news and took on the task to retrieve the young man's body. In an interview, Tariq states that Yuri was lying face first at the sea floor and continues to say that the main reason for his unfortunate death was the heavy equipment weighing him down, up to 12 kilograms of lead around his belt, along with his camera equipment, him inflating his buoyancy vest, causing it to burst, and finally, when he reached the bottom of the sea at 90 meters, oxygen poisoning caused the convulsions and twitching, ultimately killing him. Diving anywhere below 30 meters in the Red Sea is not advised due to the increased risk of narcosis if not properly prepared with an air regulator and such, along with high tolerance to narcosis from experience. But these hazards do not stop those determined to reach their goals. The danger of diving so deep cannot be stressed enough, even for experienced divers. Just one mistake, whether succumbing to narcosis, misgauging your available air supply, or even how long the dive will take, can lead to an unavoidable death. And the countless memorials of those who were swallowed around the blue hole is evidence of this. Tariq even stating that some of the bones from previous victims that were never retrieved still remain at the bottom of the blue hole. Yuri Lipski's video shows to millions online fully the risks taken by diving, even for someone like him, a diving instructor. Although Yuri's untimely death was a tragedy, at least he died doing what he loved, a man that lived and breathed diving till the very end. 2 days after we recovered his remains and gave his mother his belongings and equipment, she came to me asking that I disassemble them so she can take them back. The camera should have been damaged or even broken, although altogether, because I had found it at a depth of 115 meters, and it is only designed to sustain 75 meters. But to my surprise, the camera was still working. We played it, and his mother was there. I regret that his mother will have this forever. If I had known the footage existed, I would have flooded it. I think the thing that really upsets and saddens me about it was that his mother has it now. She has the footage of her own son drowning.